The suggestion here is that theories of spectatorship, such as Mulvey's essay Visual Pleasure in Narrative Cinema, have been presented as kind of a universal theory. Mulvey and others have presented it, we might say, a one-size-fits-all kind of theory of spectatorship. And Daiwada wants us to think about spectatorship in a more nuanced way. Daiwada's essay is asking us to reconsider the possibilities of visual pleasure for someone outside the universal structure. And of course, what we take for granted is that that so-called universal position is really only synonymous with the kind of dominant white male category. So he writes in the opening passage of his essay that the scholarly focus of spectatorship has been predominantly centered around arguments around gendered spectatorship. More recently, debates have begun to focus on issues of sexuality as well as gender. Yet, with one or two exceptions, the prevailing approach has remained colorblind. On the following page, he reiterates, I want to suggest that the components of difference among elements of race, gender, sexuality give rise to different readings of the same material. As a result, Daiwara analyzes, among other things, D.W. Griffith's The Birth of a Nation in the context of black spectatorship. There's simply no way around it. The film is blatantly racist, flat out racist. It celebrates the Ku Klux Klan and depicts African American characters in the most offensive manner. I'm going to show the sequence Daiwada discusses in his essay. The character, Little Sister, along with a group of other women, have just finished stitching together thousands of Klansmen hoods and sheets. Little Sister goes to fetch a pail of water from the spring and encounters Gus, a white actor playing in blackface. Notice how we might actually be able to compare parts of this sequence to the horror genre. Gus stalks Little Sister without her knowing it. If you recall, I showed you toward the beginning of the semester a scene or two from Friday the 13th. There might be some parallels here in that the victims of Friday the 13th and Little Sister are stalked like prey. Also, note Gus's gait, which at times is more animal-like than human. Also, it looks as though he drools, virtually foaming at the mouth, when he corners Little Sister.